Hey beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. So y'all, I think my camera is like leaning to the side and I have been trying for like 30 minutes to figure it out. So if the video seems off, I do apologize. This is the best I can do. Technology is not my friend today. But anyway, it's been a while since I've done a booktube type of video. And I really want to kind of introduce myself coming back to the booktube community. So hi, I'm Bridget. I make beauty and lifestyle content with a splash of booktube here and there at this point. I did used to make more booktube videos, but they didn't really get any traction. And so I don't know, I think I kind of gotten defeated, if I'm being honest, and so I just didn't. But I've decided to start making booktube content again because I really love it. I love reading. I'm an avid reader. I think I always will be in some form or fashion. So I was like, you know what, to hell with it. Make the content that you want to see. So here we are. So if you saw the title, you know that today we're going to be talking about my year with Austen. Now, I saw a content creator do this years ago. I don't even think she makes booktube videos currently. I will link her channel down below. I'm blanking on her name right now, but I will link her channel down below in the video that I'm taking inspiration from. And she did a year with Toni Morrison. I'm gonna get there, okay? But I'm starting with Jane Austen because I, for Christmas, was gifted the complete novels of Jane Austen. First of all, can we talk about this cover? Is this not the prettiest thing? I just think this is so freaking beautiful. And then it lists all the books that's in here. So Sense and Sensibilities, Pride and Prejudice, which I do actually have a solo copy of Pride and Prejudice because I read this for the first time a few years ago. Manfield Park, which I don't know a lot about. Emma, I know very little about. Northanger, I can't talk today, y'all. I've been filming so many videos. Abbey, and then Persuasion. Persuasion is actually the book that I'm reading in the series right now. And like I said, I've already read Pride and Prejudice. So I'm going to make my way through this. And I wanted to read Jane Austen's completed work because number one, I feel like so many books are inspired by Jane Austen's work. They have like, you know, Jane Austen references and different things like that. And when I got the completed works, I was like, yes, this is my time. I need this. And I felt so strongly when I read Pride and Prejudice is one of my favorite books, is one of my favorite classics, that I was like, sign me up. Reading more Jane Austen. I just find her writing to be so witty and beautifully written while somehow still providing critique and social commentary. And I just love it. Her characters are so vivid and so multidimensional and flawed. So I'm here for it. So love this book. And so I decided to get in. The other thing that made me want to read this book is that Netflix has been doing adaptations of Jane Austen's work. And I watched the Netflix adaptation of Persuasion. Now, here's the thing. I had never read Persuasion at the time that I watched it. I don't know if I can say I liked it. I don't know how to explain it. So I didn't hate the adaptation like a lot of people did. And that's because I had never read the book, right? I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it. Like the whole time I was watching it, I was like, is this a joke? It just didn't feel true to what I knew of Jane Austen from even reading this one book. So I was like, is this a joke? But I understood the main premise of the book. Of the story. And so through understanding the main premise, I was like, this is a story I would want to read to actually see what Jane Austen intended this to be. So I started reading it and I was like, I absolutely love this. And, you know, and the main character in the book is just so different, so far from what I've heard of other main characters that Jane Austen has written. So I was very, very interested. And, and also like, you know, I'm going to cover this up because this was like a personal note because this book was gifted to me. But isn't this so pretty? Yeah, I just thought it was so pretty. So I don't have a lot to say about it besides I'm going to showcase myself reading this over the course of the year. Here's what I'm thinking. Let me know if you have some input. It would help me so much. So I'm either thinking that I will do some My Year with Jane Austen reading vlogs and show you as I'm reading and then come back. Or I can just do reviews of each of the books that I read or reviews and like book discussions of each of the books that I read. So if you have any opinion on that, please leave it down below because that would help me kind of figure out what people might be interested in seeing. I just want to be able to look back on this and see my first time reading these books, because there's so many books that I've read and I wish I had, captured myself reading them for the first time. So I don't want to make that mistake with the Jane Austen collection. So I think that's really all I have to say. Oh, outside of, let me just let you know where I am. So here's where we're starting. We have read this book a couple years ago, although I'm thinking about rereading Pride and Prejudice this year to make it like a full completed situation that I've done this year. So, but yeah, I have read that. And then I am reading Persuasion, and I am on chapter 13. And this is what the book font looks like. It's really, really small. And I'm going back and forth between reading this actual book, and I actually found an audio book of Persuasion on YouTube where you can actually listen to the entire book. So I've been reading and going back and forth between reading and listening to that audio book, and I'm really enjoying it. I would highly recommend the audio book so far of Persuasion. So that's where we are. I've never read any of the other books. I don't have a great idea of what the other books are about, although in full disclosure, I am going to look up the other books so that I can kind of figure out what they're about. I have heard a little bit about Sensibility, but if you asked me to give you a synopsis of what that story is about, I couldn't. I don't know. Yeah, Pride and Prejudice, check. Manfield Park, I don't know anything about Manfield Park. I feel like I don't hear a lot of people talk about that story either. So literally, it's a blank slate for me. I know nothing. Emma, the only thing I know about Emma is that she's like kind of like people describe her as like spoiled or bratty or something like that. But literally, I don't know a lot about that story either. So that's the other thing, right? I'm coming to this work with not a lot of knowledge and a lot of thoughts on these. So I just thought it would be fun, and I hope you will join me in my year of Austen. If you want to get in on this, please get in on it. And let me know so we can chat. Maybe I can even create like a group or something like that if you guys want to chat like as we read it or something like that. If enough people, watch this video, maybe we can do something like that. Or we can just discuss down in the comments as I do the videos. So I think that's all I wanted to say. If you have read the completed Jane Austen works, or if you've read most of them, let me know what your favorite Jane Austen novel is and why, and what your least favorite Jane Austen novel is and why. As I get further along, I'm going to do a special video, and I'm going to try to rank what I think my favorite books will be. So what I'm going to do in an upcoming video, so please stay tuned, is I'm going to look up all of these books. I'm going to get their synopsis, and then based off their synopsis, I'm going to rank what I think my favorite books are going to be in order of top favorite to the very least favorite. And then at the end of this series, and hopefully at the end of the year, I will then come back and compare that and actually rank them after reading them. And then we will see if how I predicted is, we'll compare and stuff at that point. So I just thought that would be fun. And yeah, I'm going to stop rambling now. Literally short and sweet. I think that's all I had to say. So let me know if you'll be joining in, or if you've already read these books and I'm late. And I will see you in another video very soon. Bye.